Okay, we are going to jump into this review. And of course, it's from the box. You know what that is? Brous blades. Okay. And this is the red Sniper, the acid stonewash version. And you get the good Brous blades case and the little tool. And you get, of course, the signature and all that. Now I want to read on this. This is a limited 1,000-piece run, if that helps anybody about anything. But it says you get a lifetime sharpening, refurbishing for your Brous blades. We recommend not taking the knife apart at any time. If there is an issue, contact Brous at live.com. So, sad news is looks like we're going to have to be doing that. Cause of something I'm getting ready to show you. So if you're thinking of getting one of these, pick you one up if you want to. Me, I wished in a way I wouldn't have, because I just don't like having to go through the hassle of having to return stuff. That just, go buy a box, run to the post office, and then that. That's just hassle. And I forget what I paid for this, but I know it was the higher one because of the acid wash on the blade. And this is the red one. I know it looks kind of orangish probably on camera, but it is red. I might be able to focus back, and my lighting the way it is what it is. So to me, it looks red, but it's kind of almost like a maroon red, if you get that drift. Okay. Flipping. Flips really good. And let's get a look at this knife. I really like this blade. Cool looking little knife, and it's got the acid wash on the clip as well. And here's something show you there. You got your logo there, and so forth. Now the unique thing about this, if you want to say that, is the actual lockup is one piece, which you could see that, which runs the length of the knife all the way back to the clip. See that? There we go. You get a better look like that. And you get to look at some dirty fingernails, so ain't that good? Anyway, really like this blade. I think it's a 3.5 or 3.75. I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up. And the serial number on these is, of course, right here. You see it's number 454 of 1,000. Ergonomics on this knife are pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you can see how thin the knife is. And it's actually not a tiny, tiny knife. It fits well in the hand. But this knife, and it's just me because of the aluminum handles, it just feels kind of cheap. And according to most knife makers, at what the price is, I think $169. It's coming in kind of cheap, but I think it's a little pricier than what it really should be. Because comparing it to other knives, there's not that much special about it. But then again, I guess it's competing. So, the flipper on it is really smooth and locks up sometimes 10%, sometimes 50%. So that's not right. Depends on how hard you flip it. So that's kind of a no-no to me. I don't much like that. But I like this knife. I really liked it when I got it. And I still like the knife as far as the design is. It's decent. It's not nothing. You see, it's just kind of plain. But I got to playing with the knife, and I'm going to show you where this knife needs to be sent back. Now, whether I send it back or not, I don't really know. I don't think I will, just because I don't like the hassle, and I don't want to give nobody a bad name. But, you know, sometimes we all have to do touch-ups on our work and stuff, so it's just something that got missed probably in the final boxing up of the knife. It flipped and locked up great, didn't it? Really like that blade. This will be like a good knife for fishing. It needs a sharper edge on it, I will say that. I've noticed I've got quite a few Brous knives, and they're sharp, but they're not as sharp as they could be. So I will, if I start carrying this knife, which I probably won't this knife because it's not safe. But if it was working correctly, I would pack it, and it would be a good knife to take fishing. Because that blade just looks about like a good blade to clean fish, don't it? Kind of reminds you of a old fishing knife. So, enough of that. Let me get into the bad part. Now, here it is. When I flip it, a good hard flip, it locks up. But as you can see, I'm not doing no tricks, squeezing or nothing like that on the knife, and I'm not. This is straight out of the box. I have not turned these. As you can see, this is still in the pack and all that. Here's the problem. When I just open the knife, it won't lock up. Now you see I've not done nothing to it, not squeezing on it or nothing. Look at that. And to show you I'm hitting that, look, it's against that. See? I'm not trying to play no tricks or give Brous blades a bad name or none of that. Just telling you the truth. Now there, it locked up a little bit. So I mean, and now I could push on it and I'll hear it kind of lock up. See, now it's locked up. But if I just open it regularly, it's not safe to handle. Because that blade will, boom, close on you. Let me give you a look here if I could get it just to focus. So you could see that I'm not. See it hit? There. I'll push on it. See, and when I push, it'll lock up just a little bit. But notice I push down on it with pressure. But if I just open this knife like that, it's not locking up. Hear it hitting that metal? It's hitting the back bar here. See, that's not good. Now, if I flick it really hard, it jars it and it kind of wants to go to work. Now, the blade's tight. See, side to side, it's tight, but it still won't lock up. So what could I do? Take it apart and shave on this or shave on the clip? No, I'm not doing all that because once you do that, you'll mess these up if you're not careful. So it needs to be sent back. Blade centering is off, as you can see. So lucky me, I got a lemon. Now, to show you, I got another Brous here. Now, listen to this when I open it. Not flip it, just open it. Hear that? It locked up. Okay, this one. Nothing. See? So that's now if I really pull on it, it'll lock up. But you shouldn't have to do that. Because I noticed I was flipping it and I got kind of a weak flip and it wouldn't lock. So that's a bummer. But other than that, I ain't got nothing much good to say about it. So, fail on this knife. Brous blades. So, be aware if you buy one. And if I flip it good and hard, I know it locks up. So, I can use it. You know, I can always check that. But are you going to always be doing that? Who knows? But good looking knife. And you could see there. That's a good look at that. See, that's tight. That's dead against there. And I could just take my finger and go, notice I'm not using that. I'll do this. So, disappointed. Would I order another one? No. Would I recommend you order one? No. So, I hate to take so long on that knife review, but when something's bad, people tend to go on about it, don't they? But Cool box. Really like this knife. Just the ergonomics and the feel of these knives is awesome. I don't know if they're going to make any more, but this is really a good knife. So, Brous blades. So, if you're wondering about the snapper, you might get snapped out of your money. So, have a good one, and we'll see you next time. And if Brous Blades watches this, contact me and leave me a comment and send me a new knife, because I don't like to send them back. But I may have to this one. Probably going to have to. Again. No lockup. You see I'm pushing in on my finger. See the skin down. Boom. Have a good day. We'll see y'all next time. And so there you go. Buyers beware. And I'm glad that maybe somebody seen this knife review and they said, I was really going to get one of those. But now that helped me so I don't take that chance. And I'll get this other knife over here. So have a good one. We'll see you next time, folks.